All right, welcome back to Wolf Dog Empire. Today we're going to be going over the next contest of elements. Yellow's done, green is done. I believe the next one is going to be red. So I'm showing you the red heroes that I have. We all have different heroes, but I'm going to show you how I go through putting my teams together. And then based on what I choose, I will level up. So right now and you'll see when I show you the screenshots, I chose 2x Colin. So I'm leveling him up right now. I also chose Gormek. So I'm finishing him up. I want to get him to 75. And I also chose Rufus. He's already maxed out. I mean, as much as I'm going to have him. And I chose costume Hawkmoon. Hawkmoon base Hawkmoon's already is ready, but I'm going to try to get. Well, she can still go up to 55, but I'm not going to. I'm going to try to get costume Hawkmoon up. And so I'll pause the video and I'll bring up a screenshot right now of how I go about setting these up. Okay, so I start off with the toughest stages. That way I can try to put together the toughest ones first. Stages 9 through 10. I put defensive down in Sorsha, elemental defensive down in Khufu, and then one of my better healers. I have two excellent healers. Now that Phoenixa's up, she's a better healer than Garnet, but I'm still gonna leave Garnet here. Phoenixa may be needed in the other team a little more, but this kind of just shows you how I put together this team, and then I'll put another one there, another one down there to fill it up. But for now, defensive down, elemental defensive down, and my healer. Those are the ones that I start my teams off with. And so here I chose 2x Colin for elemental defensive down, and I chose Soon. I cannot pronounce her last name, but I think it's Soon Xiangchang. And then I put my healer Phoenixa. So that's how I kind of start off my team. So I kind of want to put together elemental defensive down, regular defensive down that stacks with it, and then a healer. Elemental defensive down and Guardian Falcon. Gormek for stackable defensive down. And I got my third best red healer, Boltusk. I'm very deep in red actually. Stages 3 to 4. Elemental defensive down, Guardian Falcon. So that's pretty good. Back then, I only had the two Guardian Falcons as my elemental defensive down. But then I did pick up Khufu, which is an excellent hero. And then now more recently I picked up 2x Costume Colin. So for stages 3 and 4, you don't really need an elemental defensive down, but I got one, so I'll use it. And then Rufus is my regular defensive down. And then I got Hawkmoon. I'm gonna try to get costume Hawkmoon ready to go. So I'll be working on her soon. But right now I'm still working on finishing up Gormek, and I'm working on costume 2x costume Colin. And then here I don't have any more elemental defensive downs. I don't have any more regular defensive downs in red. I just threw Junai there. He's not a true healer, but I just throw him in there just to provide a little bit of healing. Stages 1 through 2 don't really need a healer, but I'm gonna throw Junaid in there. He's a really good hero, and I'm very deep in red, so Junaid all the way down to the last team, stages 1 and 2, because I have plenty of red, so that's good. So that's how I go through that, and that's the beginning. Elemental defensive down, regular defensive down, and healers. Then I fill in the rest. So I threw in Kagan or Kagan, and then I also threw in Costume Wilbur. I think this team is excellent here for stages 9 through 10. And then for stages 7 through 8, I threw in Ferrant or Ferrant for some counterattack. So if they hit me pretty hard, I'm gonna try to get them back with that counterattack. Then I put in Alucard, and of course, Felixa, my healer, I'm gonna hope that she gives me attack up and some really deep heal. And then here I put in Ruffian and Nergib and Costume Guardian Kong. That's not bad for 5 and 6. That's, yeah, my red is pretty deep. And then for 3 and 4, I put in Russell and my second Ruffian and Nergib. And for a long time, at the beginning, Russell was my best 5-star when I was new. He was my second 5-star pulled ever. The first one was Alexandrine, that blue healer, and then she's a hero of the month. And then the next month I pulled Russell, another hero of the month, and those two were my best heroes overall back then. And so I maxed both of them up. I don't use them that often anymore. And Russell, from going from my best 5-star at the time, at least for hitters, my best 5-star, and now he's all the way down to stages 3 and 4. And then Ruffian Nergib, I mean, he's maxed out. He's at 85 plus 19, and he's at stages 3 and 4. Yeah, my red team is pretty stacked. And then Junaid, and then I put Sudri. He's maxed out. Cillian, I'm working on him. I'm gonna work on him after I do 2x Colin, finish up Gormek, and then costume Hawkmoon, and then I'll work on Cillian. Cillian is fine already here for stages 1 through 2. He's already strong enough for that, but I'll work on him when I'm done with the 3. Maxed out Jahangir, maxed out Balkan. So last year when I did Contest of Elements Red, I was using like Lee, who was not maxed out. I was using Zagrog, who was like at 2-1. Which and I finished it. I was able to finish stages 1 through 2 with those, no problem. But yeah, I'm my reds are getting pretty deep, and I'm able to use maxed out 3 stars here in stages 1 through 2, no longer needing non-leveled up 5 stars. I'm using maxed out 3 stars, so, and some 4 stars. So looking pretty good. All right, well, I hope you liked the video. I hope it helps you out, helps remind you to start setting up your Contest of Elements Red right now. That way you can see who you need to level up. For example, I would have started working on some other heroes, but this has let me know that I have to work on 2x Costume Colin, finish up Gormek, work on Custom Hawkmoon. Normally I wouldn't work on Custom Hawkmoon, but because I kind of would like to have her as a healer here in Contest of Elements Red, then I'm gonna work on her. Sure, I could have brought up a second Boltusk, but I only need one 4-star Boltusk for my 4-star raid tournament, and so having two Boltusks is not going to be beneficial to me. But if I can work on Costume Hawkmoon, she's gonna help me out on the 3-star raid tournament. That's why I prefer to use Costume Hawkmoon instead of trying to bring up a second Boltusk. And so I hope that this helps you, basically to remind you to start working on setting up the Contest of Elements Red now, which is a month and a half before it happens. But this will give you time to bring up the heroes that you identify as being needed for the next Contest of Elements Red. All right, well, I hope you liked the video. Please give us a like. Please subscribe. We're on the road to reach 1,000 subscribers. So please help me out. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time here at YouTube's Wolf Dog Empire.